Hi, wonderful and amazing people. How una day? Yes, so welcome back to Mystical Blog Channel where we dey giving out and Obonge gist where they fly up and down for inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Yes, so we don't come with a conspiracy theory where they happen for inside the palace of Ile-Ife. But make everybody first what? Chillax, bring your joko, bring your chair, come closer because right now Olori Ashley has started what? Turning things around in the palace of Ile-Ife. But the only question we will go ask right now be say, are we going to trust her? Are we going to say anything? Because there's something where they inside palace where they go up and down. But let's start with waiting. With waiting happened 4 days ago, where we the gisting away with the tell and say, yes, so the Ifa priest, the Ile-Ife elders, and the Geziruli house bring a very shocking request to Kabiyesi on how to what make Olori Ashley like divorce Olori Ashley in the palace of Ile-Ife. But after all the whole request, after everything where they don't jot down, where they don't bring down the things where they happen for inside palace and constructed everything where they don't do finish. But Kabiyesi had to reject the request and said he is not interested. But right now, Olori Ashley has come to the palace and tell Kabiyesi after Iyanifa was striked her and disgraced her in front of the palace of everybody. Kuro for everybody eye. They see say yes, so waiting Kabiyesi they talk about these Oloris and their Otumopos and their evil charms and everything against Queen Naomi was true. But right now, she wants to turn around though. She wants to flip the table. And this time she wants to jump away from the table where they change right now for her head. Now she don't come inside palace. They talk say she get waiting Kabiyesi they do. And there's something where she mentioned where we say everybody looked astonished. Everybody eyeball, everything just popped out. Everybody like, what is she saying? She came inside the palace and said, Kabiyesi, you owe me everything. Queen Naomi, you owe me everything. And that is a direct call inside the palace of Ile-Ife. You know, she has done different sacrifice. She has done everything. And it be like, say, yes, because she afro mentioned that, Kabiyesi, all the whole sacrifice which she dey do for palace, Kabiyesi has been the one who has been going back and be what? Blocking everything for her in the palace of Ile-Ife. That Kabiyesi has promised her different thing. Likewise with Queen Naomi. Both the one Queen Naomi know and the one way Queen Naomi no know. And she says she's ready to expose everything in the palace of Ile-Ife. Whereas the Lafogido elders are also what? Pushing her, telling her to what? To flip the table in the palace of Ile-Ife. And if Olori actually does all these things in the palace of Ile-Ife, the second and the last and final ritual where they go do for inside the palace where they come next week, e go dey hot and e go stop. And we know say yes, so we don dey raise the Ofrada festival where they come on the 29th of November. Yes, you see that Olori Ashley now don dey come with different places, but we go say it's still on conspiracy because she has already come to the palace and start what? Ranting. And you know say when she dey make noise, nobody choose to know it. Hear the Oloris in the palace. When she dey rise, they shout up and down, they do say yes, so this one we will know say the elders in council are not what? They are not that kind dumb that they can say okay, she want to say the truth. But there's something where she can't talk where we say the elders in council had to key in their interest in waiting they talk because these are something that what that connects the dots inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Why Kabiyesi has not, especially for Olori Ashley, why Kabiyesi has not divorced Olori Ashley, why Kabiyesi has not told Olori Ashley to go, and why Kabiyesi had to seize the passport of Olori Ashley in the palace of Ile-Ife, where link up to the dots that Olori Ashley had to also look for ways to what burn Queen Naomi passport in the palace. Also, you see that plenty things are what aligning, and Kabiyesi is in all the what is in all the whole this thing. Deja vu, everything is rounding in the palace of Ile-Ife. But Kabiyesi right now is just trying to be Queen Naomi. And the question we would ask right now for inside question inside the palace now be say, is Queen Naomi really, 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 really going to enjoy this her second coming in the palace of Ile-Ife? Just making a drop am for in the comment section. Make we know whether Queen Naomi go you enjoy this her second coming for inside the palace, because that is the question mark in all this return. Forget the jubilation, forget the victory, forget everything. Yes, we are happy, but now in the long run or in the long term of waiting, we don't see now. And Kabiyesi not telling the Oloris to go because at the initial state, when you look at everything coming from the first starting, Queen Naomi wanted the Oloris out of the palace of Ile-Ife, but Kabiyesi flipped the table and what? Built a new villa again, which Queen Naomi was still happy. And the Oloris were not happy again. But if you watch that case, it was not the likes of Runke and the likes of Miriam who wanted a new villa. If you look at it, Ronke then wanted to go out for the palace, but just because of two of them agitating, means that other were not agreeing. The likes of Ashley, Tobiloba, and Temitope, they were not still agreeing. So it was kind of majority carries the votes. But right now, Olori Ashley don't talk, say she's going to expose Kabiesi on the few things where her and Kabiesi don't talk. Because we still remember the time where Queen Naomi was supposed to come back at the month of March. When they were starting the ritual, she was supposed to come back to the palace, do everything, but it had to be stopped because of Olori Ashley did her child verification in the palace, which Kabiesi had to what? Tell had a deal with Olori Ashley, which they exposed that particular one, saying that she was supposed to go after the verification, but because she saw that Queen Naomi was coming back, she stopped the listen. And Kabiyesi did different things, seizing her passport, stopping anything, removing the stipend, removing her son name, using the DNA test and everything. Moth call her one on one, tell her say me she waiting, come off for Palace of Ife, leave the DNA test matter and everything. But right now, Olori Ashley don't come to the palace now. She don't talk say ha 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 ha. Say she will expose Queen Naomi and Kabiyesi. And we have seen every gist online saying she has gone to Akure, apologies and everything. But most of these things, because she said it inside the palace, that most of those apologies, where did they put them? Now how the elders then see them. But those are the conditions Queen Naomi was giving her in the palace of Ife. Because she's still what inferior to Queen Naomi. Let's just say something like that. She is still under Queen Naomi because Queen Naomi made a comment in the palace of Ife that why she no go follow Olori Ashley talk now, because once a maid is always a maid. And that was a superior control that saying that she doesn't care anything Ashley is doing in the palace of Ife. And it has been working for her. But most of these apologies where she they go right now for inside the palace now, you go they look am very very well. You go no say no, these things are not apologies. These are conditions she is going to give Queen Naomi. These are what deliberations she is going to deliberate and take Queen Naomi that this is not what in me and you they talk, or this is not anything. These are some things that are played in the palace of Ife. But it look like the condition is not falling for Queen Olori Ashley very very well, because courtesy of Kabiesi is maneuvering everything. And this is something that she talk to Queen Naomi and Queen Naomi talks to Kabiesi. It is what, two against one. That is why the Lafogido elders came inside again. There are many conspiracies around all this Ashley, Queen Naomi, and Kabiesi issue right now in the palace. If you watch, everything is revolving around three of them in the palace. And you can see that Kabiesi is the head. That is why Queen Naomi and Kabiesi are winning in the palace of Ileife. And that is what we want, because they are the ones who are on the right course. Because they are the ones who, Iyanifa, the Ifa priest, the gods have said, the real elders in council had to come together and also say, okay, since Kabiyesi said that Queen Naomi won't make him become as queen, oh yeah, fine, we do it like that. The Gezuruni house had to even agree with Kabiyesi, because everybody in the palace of Ife are still what? Feeling kind of betrays in the palace because of how Queen Naomi left the palace, despite that she's supposed to put Kabiyesi first as the husband, as the purpose and everything. But those ones are something that they had to forgive. But Ashley has said, no, we're not going to let it go. I stood with Kabiyesi. I stood with Oni. We go out with Oni. You see the complaints they are making up and down. And those are something that you look at. But now she says she's going to expose everything. And the Oloris and the elders and councils, the royal elders and councils, the Gezirunians, everybody is waiting, because we and them, the royal elders and council, they don't know what is going in though. We don't know what is going inside Kabiesi chamber also. That is another thing again we had to say. No, let's just be very, very, very true with everything. They don't know what is really, really going on in the palace of Ife. So, my correct and wonderful people, when you look at how all these things are happening in the palace of Ife, when you look at how everything is really, really happening inside the palace of Ife, you will look at the dots that are connecting, the dots that are holding, the dots that are what? That are going through that, saying that it be like, say, Ashley gets secret where she won't tell us inside the palace. But right now, maybe people are not going to answer her, because there's a saying where they talk, say, a leopard will attack village, and the leopard was covered with what? With pots. People will not help the leopard because of the character. Yes. They can't help the leopard because of the character. So people are not listening to Olori Ashley because of the characters where she don't portray. Characters where she don't put inside the palace of Ile-Ife, but the secret will still come out. But now, yeah, the number one place we will give now the Tanda and Obungeges. My correct and wonderful people. Before we continue again, I say kudos and thank you to all my subscribers and to those who they come through my page for the first time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to share, and don't forget to what, drop your note on your notification bell on, so when our Tanda and Obungeges they come, now I go be the first person to be waiting to the see am. Right now, my correct and wonderful people, Olori Ashley has said Kabiyesi owe her everything, and she wants to expose Queen Naomi and Kabiyesi in the palace. But just keep it locked down, because now we go to carry you through. Thank you very much, my correct and wonderful people. I say God bless you. Peace and love. Shalom. Mecca.